So today I'm going to be diagnosing a bad AC compressor on a, this is a 2002 GMC Sierra 2500 6.6 liter turbo diesel. They claim that the AC is blowing warm, so what I had to do was I took off the belt tensioners over here. On this is a 3/8 ratchet to pry it loose, and you remove the belt. I try to turn the clutch, it doesn't turn. That only means one thing, that the compressor got locked up. Customer states that previously somebody worked on his AC. I first checked on his pressures and he had 150 psi on the low and high side without the compressor running. So that tells me that somebody put way too much refrigerant in the system, and that provoked the pressure to get too high and to force the compressor and to overheat the system. And that, what it did is it locked up the compressor, and I had to throw it away, and I got a new one for it. Alright, so that's how you take it off. Remove the 4 bolts, the one up here. But before that, you gotta obviously remove the refrigerant. Yeah. To do it the right way, before anything, you're gonna have to replace the AC dryer. Have to take it off. It only has 2 13mm nuts, and one on this side, and the 10mm down here. That is to remove the strap holding it tied to the bulb cap. Alright, so with that being said, since the compressor locked up, you don't have to do this if the compressor doesn't lock up. If it's only leaking, you don't have to do all of this. But now, since the compressor, I'm pretty sure that it left residue, metal shavings in the system. That's why I need to replace the expansion valve. So I got this nice kit from Amazon, and it came with it. It was included in the kit. It's right here. That you have to replace because it's going to be plugged up with all the metal shavings. And then after that, when you remove that from there, remove the expansion valve, then you're gonna have to do a flush. I have to separate this piece of pipe to get access to the expansion valve, and I have to remove it and replace it. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to flush the system. This is a tool. You can loan it in the auto ports. You fill it up with AC flush, and then you stick it in every pour, run it through every single line. Make sure that it comes out of the other line, otherwise it's gonna be useless. Yep, I got this piece of tool from O'Reilly's and it was broken. So it's not gonna work. With a peak, I grabbed the end of the suspension valve and I managed to pull it out successfully. So I don't know if this is gonna work for you, but it did work for me. Look at this. These are the metal shavings from the broken AC compressor. Man, look at this. This you must replace every time you deal with the AC system. You gotta replace it. Even if the AC compressor doesn't break, this is gonna have something. Yeah, gotta replace it. Low in it so you don't get any water coming out. Now it's time to put these joints back together, but before you do that, you gotta make sure that you put a new O-ring. Well, not only there, but on every joint that you remove, you might want to put a new O-ring. Before you're recharging the system, you must evacuate the system with a vacuum pump. Gotta make sure this one goes over under 25 psi, under negative 25, and keep it going for, I don't know, 10 minutes. That's what I do. It usually works out fine. Yeah, open both sides. I mean, you're gonna have to vacuum both sides. Make sure all the liquid from the flush comes out and all the humidity. Connect whatever you disconnected to remove the compressor, put it back, obviously. Man, my left hand doesn't work very well, but that's okay. There. One of the only ways to put new pack oil in the AC system. I got this tool from Amazon. If you guys want one, I'm gonna put the link below in the descriptions. Okay, so you fill it up. This specific one takes 4 ounces, and that's typically how much a typical AC system takes. And this tool I connected on in line with the yellow hose, which is the recharge hose. And when you're applying, let's say, oil into the system, you gotta do it on the high side. It's a long explanation why. Typically it's because AC compressors don't like to compress liquids and they can lock up and break. Yeah, that's why. Open the high side, and that'll shoot the oil into the high side. The pressure goes up quite a bit, and then shot it, and that made you send all the oil into the high side. So now you can recharge through the low side. All you're gonna do is open the low side and shut the high side. And then after the system detects that there is some pressure in the low side, the AC compressor will automatically come on, and it's gonna start sucking on the refrigerant from the low side. And before you do this, you need to know how much refrigerant you're gonna put in the system. This one takes 32 ounces. So that's like 2 cans and a half. Yeah, I don't know why it's always half. You throw away the other half, or I don't know. It's weird. And you come in here and turn the AC on all the way. Make sure that the switch is on. You come out here. The AC compressor needs to come on. If it doesn't, check the fuses. Look. Whenever the pressure goes up, the switch is sending electricity to or power to the compressor. That's like when the compressor is kicking on. Once your AC compressor stays running, this is a way to know that your system is cooling properly. Come around, check the low side. If the lines are cool, that means that everything's working fine. That means that you put the expansion valve properly, facing the right way. And then after that, just go and check the pressures, make sure you put the proper amount of refrigerant in the system. And the AC compressor needs to stay running. Come around inside the vehicle, make sure that the vehicle is putting out cool air, which is typically the thing we're trying to do with this procedure. Once it's cooling, then call it a day. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I have more mechanic videos. I'm just starting. I'm not the best, but I have good information out there for you guys to save some money.
I already searched it in Google. It says it takes 2 pounds for the total is 38 ounces is what he said. It's gonna take 2 bottles and a half.